Good morning, everybody. Wait, let me get my cup. I toast to you and all you do. I had to start recording right away. I came out to start, and as you can see, it's sunny, but it's also raining, which is really weird in Colorado. It's November. Like, the skies are mostly blue, the sun is rising, but it's totally raining. It's pretty entertaining. And it just seemed super appropriate because today I want to talk about your spirituality and faith, and what a crazy omen to have it be November and it's warm. Like, the sun is warm on my back and it's raining. It's probably going to snow tonight. Who knows? I'm always, whenever it rains and is raining and sunny at the same time, I think of a movie from when I was in high school, and they're running across and it's snowing and it's sunny at the same time, and he's like, oh, it's a bad omen. And I don't know why I always think that, but I don't think that it's a bad omen. I actually think it's a good omen. To have the sun and the rain, a little bit of wind. It's beautiful this morning. It's amazing. But it is so weird to be raining right now. Anyways, let's talk about spirituality. I don't even know if you can see me. The way that the sun is and the clouds and the lighting is so crazy. Anyways, hi. I hope you can see me. I can't because of the glare on the phone. Anyways, so it's Sunday. I thought, what better time or day in our introspective journey to talk about your spirituality and what brought you to this path. Most of us started in a church. I think it's just an easy place to begin because it's accessible and it's there, and most of us have parents that go to church or grandparents. I went with my neighbors as a kid. And so I think many of us started as, in the church with some form of that. And at some point in your path, that didn't fulfill your spiritual needs. And I know there are people out there who are like, you don't need spirituality, you can be an atheist and be fulfilled. And ironically, most atheists that I know actually believe in the law of return, which is that whole, what you put out comes back to you. Just saying. That's a lot of faith. But it's just a different kind of faith. And so as we walk our journeys, we come to some kind of spirituality, because spirituality is like the web that connects your world in one way or the other. And for everybody, it's different. Spirituality is very unique to you as an individual. And so that's one of the things that I think people come away from the church, is because in the church, there's one spirituality. Everybody shares it. You all believe in that. You all do that. And you all do it in the same way. I mean, there are different churches, and that's why there are different churches, is so that everybody at your church does the church thing the same. And if that's not right for you, you can find a different church where Jesus is a little different. And eventually, and I imagine in paganism, we'll have something like that, where you could go to a Norse temple, or you could go to a whatever temple and participate. That's goals, right? Goals. Anyways, so at some point in your spirituality, you woke up, you realized, you were like, you know what, the church is not for me. This is not my spiritual path. And you were looking for something different. And if you're on this channel, chances are it was paganism. And so today, as our first journal prompt, I want you to think about what drew you to paganism. What sparked your curiosity and made you think, hey, I'm going to learn about that? Or what drew you to being a pagan? And what aspects of paganism do you find fulfilling? How does it connect with you? How does it resonate with you? Where do you find strength in your faith? And start writing those things down. Start thinking about that. And then from there, we come to the other side of that coin. What are you missing in your faith? I know most pagans that I talk to say that they feel like they're missing some sense of community. They feel like they're alone. And the sad thing is that most pagans are solitary, not because they want to be, but because they have to be, um, for one reason or another. I mean, obviously, right now, the pandemic makes it really hard for us to go out and, meet other people. Uh, But aside from that, there's not like a local church where you just go to and make new friends where everybody's really welcoming. Even like I participate in our local witches ball, and something that we're always talking about and brainstorming about is how to make it feel less exclusive and more inclusive. Um, Before I became a vendor at the witches ball, I always thought you had to like know somebody, and it was like the cool kids got to go, and it wasn't all inclusive and anybody could come, even though it really is. The hosts that put it on are amazing, and they would let everybody come. The last witches ball, they let a bunch of evangelicals come, and they were like, "We can't kick them out because that would be wrong." We can agree to disagree on that, but anyways, so I think a lot of people find that they are not feeling included with like a community, and so that's something that we can write down, and we as a community can begin to make those changes. I worked with I began building an open community coven, and we got it started and going, and it's still going and growing and changing. Obviously, with the pandemic and the internal workings that have changed, things are on a little bit different path, but still getting there. And there are more people out there who are like I am, who want to build that community. So those people are out there. So if you're writing down, I don't have a community, and that's something that's missing in my spirituality, reach out, let me know. I can help you find somebody in your area. Um, and we can begin to build that and fulfill that gap. Um, what other aspects of your faith are you missing? I know a lot of pagans are like, I don't do any magic, so I feel like that's missing from my faith. Then I know people who are like, magic shouldn't be a part of your faith, but again, it's an individual thing, and what is working for you might not work for somebody else, but it's what you need. So that's what this is. Again, this is all about you and what you need and what you want, and how your spirituality is working for you, and start writing that down. Does your spirituality fulfill all of your spiritual needs? Do you feel like you're missing something? What are you missing? And begin writing those things down. Something else that you can put on there is, if you work with the divine, how is your relationship with the divine? Do you pray often? Do you not pray enough? I work a lot with the elements, so I would put them on there. Um, they're not gods. They're different. It's a different energy, a primal energy almost. And so that's a big part of my practice. So I would put that down. What energies do you work with? Do you have spirit guides that come to you? All of the different little things that help to build up your spiritual practice, and start writing those down. Start writing down the things that you wish you had. Start writing down the things that you don't like. For a long time, my altars were really scattered, and when I first moved into our new house, I didn't unpack my altars because we didn't have the whole house finished, and they sat in boxes, and I still have some sitting in boxes. When I unpacked them, I realized that most of that stuff was like from when our coven first started, and we went out and bought coven stuff. So I don't really need to unpack that. But for me, that was like, oh, I really need, like, I don't like this about my practice. I need to fix this. So I did. And my problem was that I was always trying to create that ideal, altar that you see in, like, a Scott Cunningham book or a Gardner book or whatever. And none of those really worked for me. So I had to find different ways to use the altar. And when I figured out a way for me that worked for me, and now my altars are, I have different altars, and I have altars that the kids participate in, and different things like that. But making that change and realizing, like, hey, I didn't like this about my practice, writing it down, and then being like, how do I change that? It really did help, and it made me see, like, this is where I need to make these changes. So do the same thing for you. Think about in your practice where you want to make changes. Think about what's fulfilling for you. Think about what's not. But first and foremost, think about what drew you to the pagan path. And start reflecting on that and thinking about that. So, now that the rain is past and the sky is still beautifully blue. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Anyways, I hope that everybody has a fantastic Sunday, and that your day is blessed with some spiritual inspiration. Oh, let me get my coffee. Ready? I toast to you and all you do on this fabulous Sunday, and I hope you have a great day.